Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Sunshine, and we are here for a very, very hot topic tonight. Okay, very, very hot topic tonight. I am expecting for there to be people cussing and arguing and all kinds of stuff, but we gonna try to keep it kosher because this is one of those subjects that it gets women all upset, and the men be like, "Well, why not?" And we have one of those men on here with us tonight. We got a man on here tonight who we said he got to be on here with us tonight. So we gonna hear what he got to say. We gonna hear what he got to say. So, right now, let me make sure that we are live everywhere. It looks like we're live everywhere. Let me make sure. Yep, we are. Okay, so we are live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So as of 3 weeks ago, we went live on Instagram. So we are really excited about that to be able to add another platform to the private room. And so tonight we're going to go ahead and just jump right in. We're going to let our guest introduce himself, tell us a little bit about himself and why he wanted to be a part of this conversation. It's on you, boo.
Oh, you want to come straight to me?
Yes, straight to you. You the guest.
So the reason why this topic interests me in particular because during the Christmas holidays, I was being silly and I posted a video of a young lady who said that she asked the mama, she asked the daughter, she asked the family, and they gave her the blessings to propose to her man, and that's what she did, and he accepted. So I just asked the questions, what's wrong with it? You know,
Right.
like love is love, right? You know,
Mhm.
if love is love and people are going to do what they're going to do to help their relationship flourish, it may not be kosher for you to do it,
Mhm.
but you know, there are people out here that are doing it, and we're starting to see it more and more and more on social media. And and,
Right.
and, and then I added an extra little twang when you know, usually around Christmas holidays, everybody want to be in matching pajamas. So I said, hey, if you
Right.
want to be in matching pajamas, go ahead, propose to that man. What's wrong with that?
And what kind of response did you get there, sir?
Oh, I got a lot. Did I even introduce myself? I'm sorry.
You did
My
not.
name
You did not. We were
my
gonna
name
come
is
back to
Delvon.
it. We were gonna come back to it.
I'm sorry. I supposed to introduce myself, and I'm Delvon, aka DJ Shock, here in Columbia, South Carolina. And
Okay.
yeah, so I'm just excited to hear what everyone's point of view is tonight.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to pull this video up. Okay. So y'all bear with me because I'm going to try to pull the video up. So let me see if I can get it. Let's see.
It's a cool video.
Okay, present. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Make sure y'all don't see all of my junk that I'm about to pull up. Audio. Okay, here we go. Well, let's see. Let's see if y'all can hear this. Okay, can y'all see this? Yes, no? You can't see it? Oh Lord. Okay, what about now? You still can't see it? Dang it. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to be mad. I don't know what it is with me and not being able to share my screen on this thing. Okay, so share screen. We're gonna share the entire screen. How about that? And let's see if that works. All right. Can y'all see it now?
No.
No. Oh Lord. Okay. All right, y'all. So while I'm trying to get this up, just give us like a little synopsis of the video, Devon.
So I guess this is a family gathering, and she gets up and the recording starts where you know she starts saying that she got the blessings from I think it was his daughter, and then it was his sister, then his mom, and then she got down on one knee and proposed to him, and of course you know he's doing the traditional what women do. he's he's shocked and appalled because he didn't see this. He didn't see this coming. And at the end of the video, boy, there's someone in the video saying that she's raising the bar, which I thought was perspective, I guess. And then at the end of the video, she shared with everyone that she thanked everyone for So everyone knew it was coming. I guess they wanted to see how he would react to the proposal or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was nice just for a man to be emotional and let out some tears as well, or whatever tears were, because he had his face covered, so you really didn't know what was going on. I don't know. He could have been like, "Man, what the fuck she doing?" You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but
No,
she could have.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
He could have been like, "Man, what the hell is she doing? We all out here. I'm all on. My boys gonna get on me. This viral. Everybody gonna talk jump about me. I mean, he could have been saying that. Who knows? But I just thought that it was kind of nice for a guy to be proposed to.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I watched the video and you can see the woman and she actually gets down on her knee and she has a ring and everything.
Yeah,
and she proposed. Yeah, it was like a whole formal proposal. So if y'all we're gonna give y'all 2 seconds, okay? 2 seconds. Go to our Facebook page because I posted it. Go to our Facebook page, look at this video real quick, and we're gonna come back. Okay, we're gonna come back. So Ro and I, we have a slight announcement. We're gonna give y'all a chance to go and look at this video on our Facebook page of the Pride Room with Tiffany. We posted it on there. I think it's the second video down, and go watch it. Okay. Now Ro and I, we do a showcase together. We've been working together for a year, and we have decided to not do the top 10 showcase in the original way. We're going to be doing some more intimate parties, some more intimate events where we can showcase artists in a more intimate environment, a more focused environment on the artists versus us having 10 artists on the stage. We want to focus more on that special experience with artists. So that's the way I'm coming with the top 10 showcase. And I know that Ro has some things that she wants to do as well. So Ro, what are your plans? What are we going to do with top 10 showcase this year?
Like you said, a lot more intimate settings as opposed to just trying to focus on a whole bunch of people. We're going to focus more on like 1 or 2, not only that, but just focus on things that we got going on individually, supporting each other. But top 10 is definitely a wrap.
I wouldn't say a wrap.
It's a wrap.
I wouldn't say a wrap. It ain't over. We still gonna be supporting artists. It ain't.
Yeah. It's not in their way.
Right. So we are not going anywhere. We are still going to be out there making moves, planning parties, hosting events, and all that good stuff. But we're just going to be doing more intimate type things versus the big scale, full stage. Too many people are doing it for me. I don't know about y'all, but everybody's doing artist showcase. So we want to do something a little different. We want to keep it different, and so we're going to be changing the road we're going to take. Going forward. So wanted to make that announcement tonight. Is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. And we're both doing things individually, supporting one another, and we're going to be continuing to come together to support each other and artists out in our community. So that being said, I hope y'all had a chance to watch this video. Okay. So we're talking tonight about, is it okay for women to propose? So Dale, yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Oh well,
you put your finger up.
Well, in a traditional sense.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's that cool. Nah.
No?
I think the man should always propose, only because it's like me being from a biblical background. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Once you find your good thing, you make it official and put a ring on that thing.
Okay.
Can I ask a question pertaining to that statement?
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take for you to know if that's a good thing if you hardly know the person? You're getting to know someone. Like, how long is the amount of time that's allotted in a relationship before you take it to the next step of a proposal?
It depends on the chemistry and the connection you have with that person. As far as the serious questions, as far as security, like financial security, where your head is at, that's to your discretion.
So
Overall, you should get that things out of the way. At least I give it a year and a half. After you got that stuff out of the way, then you can meet me at the altar in your white dress.
Okay, so what if a woman is portraying or showing her representative just for the ring and the wedding, and then come to find out after the honeymoon, and I mean like the actual honeymoon?
Tiffany, you got to the honeymoon already?
They got married already. Now
we married already.
No, but I'm saying though, like as a lesson to be learned, because if you're gonna introduce the idea of marriage to someone that you've given it a year and a half, or whatever, and then that person shows their true colors after you've taken that responsibility of the vow, then what happens?
Well, can we put that on pause for a second, because that's going way ahead of the topic. That's going way ahead of the topic. Like,
Tiffany going in now. Go.
So I'm
the man ain't even finished his answer yet.
I'm with Chris as far as finding a good thing, but I don't. Okay, so a dude told me it don't take you a whole year or whatever it takes, maybe a couple of months to figure out if that chick is who you want to be with. But I was trying to explain to him like that's not necessarily true, because in the first maybe 3-4 months I might have myself guarded and don't show you who I am. I may show you parts of me, but it doesn't necessarily say I'm gonna show you all of me. So you maybe get the parts you may be seeing is like, nah, that ain't it. But if I gave you all of me, you may say, well, damn, that's the total. But at the same time, I feel like you should not, as a woman, propose to a man simply because you and this person, if y'all been dating enough time, you should have had some type of conversation within this dating, as into like, what are your expectations in this relationship? Are we doing this towards marriage? Is it just towards just having fun? Those situations. And then when you do have those conversations, it's like, okay, well, how long do would you willing to wait for somebody? Like, as a man, I would ask him, how long is it that you be willing to wait for me to propose? And if he's saying 5 years, but you looking at it more in 2 or 3, like me, I feel like 2 or 3, like 2 years, we should be at least discussing marriage. By that 3rd year, I should at least have a ring on my finger. By that 5th year, we should be definitely walking down the aisle. Because at this point, it's like, what are we in this for? Are you wasting my time? Am I wasting your time? But I'm never going to ask a man, because a man is going to know, like, it's my choice to choose him. So if he wants me, he's going to ask me. I'm not going to go and ask him, because hell, he might want to marry me. He might want to marry Tamika. He might want to marry, Samantha, different people. But when he finds that person, like Chris says, that he wants, he's going to ask that woman and say, hey, let's spend our life together. Because you, as a woman, you could have had sex with him for 2-3 years and think that he is the Prince Charming just because the sex is good. Oh, yeah, I'm marrying him. But you forget this man ain't got no house. He ain't got no job. He ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other things to it.
Right. But yo, let me say this real quick. So while Ro was talking, I just did a little simple Google real quick, and because I'm curious. So it says here a study. Now Google could be wrong. It could be fake news. Who knows? But Google says that it was a survey of 500 men. And out of 500 men, 70% said they'd be cool with a woman proposing to them.
But would they actually marry him? That's the point.
Big number.
But are they going to actually marry? Because I've seen dudes like embarrass chicks too. Like, I know it happens with dudes, guys get embarrassed. But like 70%, yeah, it's always flattering for a man, for a woman to come walk up to him and be like, hey, I think you're, this, whatever, and show him that he can still catch it without him having to go after it. That's one thing. But then number 2, are you really going to seriously marry this woman? And you really ain't, because if you've been with her 5 years, because some men will be like, shit, what we need the ring for? We've been together 15 years, what we need the ring for? We already married. But if her desire is to be on pen and paper down at the courthouse to be married, and you don't feel that way, her proposing to you, it's like, yeah, baby, I appreciate you acknowledging you want to spend the rest of your life with me, but we ain't got to go through all that.
Was there a follow-up question, Del? Was there? They said it was okay, and then was there like a follow-up question of how many of those men actually married the woman that asked them? Was there a follow-up question to it?
No, it's Google. It ain't go that deep.
Okay.
It ain't go that deep. But I also just did another Google search, and it says 2 to 5% of women actually propose to like men, which I believe. Let me be frank. Okay, I would be flattered if a woman proposes to me, but I would like to be the one to actually do it. You know, I just like to be the antagonist. I like to be the devil's advocate sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
you don't know that at all.
Because I feel like women are ahead of us mentally, emotionally, sometimes even financially. So when we're with someone and this woman is seeing our potential, they're seeing how hard we work, they're seeing how hard we good with kids, they're seeing how hard we good with nieces and nephews, they see how we may be a praying man, or we may be a guy that opens doors and this, that, and the third. And she gets to the point where she's like, you know what, I'm gonna just anchor right here. And meanwhile, us as dudes, we're just doing what we're doing because we're dudes. We probably ain't even thought about marriage. You know, she might have brought it up and we like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. So she's already setting that foundation. Meanwhile, we're just working every day. We're home when we're supposed to. We're being faithful. We're being good, outstanding men. So sometimes the woman may jump the gun because there's things that y'all would say to us that will go over our head. Y'all might tell us straight up and down, you keep messing around, I'm gonna put a ring on your finger. And we like, man, girl, chill out, man. Man, whatever. You just talking. And then all of a sudden, because to the woman, y'all have had that conversation with us. It went over our head. We're not even thinking about that. We waved it off. But to a woman, y'all have had that conversation and saying that, oh, okay. Well, I heard his answer. He didn't say no. So then all of a sudden, as soon as we get our haircut, here they come pop out the door. Got on one knee and we like, oh. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, so it sounds like we got Chris said no. Ro is saying no. Del, I don't know. Are you saying no or yes? I'm a little confused what your answer is.
I'm in between because I feel like we put in. I feel like the universe will sometimes do things for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some guys there's a guy right now that's thinking, planning. Oh yeah, I'm gonna marry this woman. This, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's to know that she's already past that already? Like he's just at exit 1. She's at exit 15, about to get off.
Right.
So we're going to do it, but like Rose said, and like Tiffany said, sometimes we just take too long. I think Rose said about a third year, you should have a ring on your fingers. Hell, to us, we think it might be year 8. It might be year 8. It may be year 9. I mean, who knows? And
prime example, my daddy has known his wife, like not my mom. He knew his wife since they were 13. They lived together like next door neighbors. Mm-hmm. They grew up in high school together. My daddy went away to the military. Met my mom, had me, went away to the military, came back. Him and my mama didn't work out, and he ended up with this lady. Now they didn't date or any of this during the time they knew each other, but they literally knew each other their whole lives, right? So here it is, they start dating. Do you know it took my daddy 13 years to marry that woman, even though he's known her his whole life?
Oh, heck no. Ain't no way.
This is what I'm saying. Like, she knew she wanted to be married to my dad early. But my dad, like in the 8th year, she was like, what we gonna do? And he was like, we straight. Like, we good out here. They didn't have no kids together, no none of that. It was just
I've
me.
been like, deuces. No.
But it took him 13 years to marry that woman, and they've been married for 40-something years now. So,
wow.
You know what?
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way, dog. Ain't no way. No, if you here's the thing.
8 years.
If I'm spending my money, time, energy, all of that for 11 years, and I don't claim you as mine, like officially documents and all, we got a problem.
No, he claimed that they were boyfriend and girlfriend the whole 13 years, but he wouldn't marry her. Like every time she was like, what we gonna do? He was like, I ain't ready.
Yeah. Well, on the one, so I can respect that though, bro. I would rather for you to say I'm not ready and not propose and not get married and get
Yeah,
divorced
there it
later.
is. At
Like
least he
Tiffany
was
was
upfront.
saying,
At least he
like
was
Tiffany
upfront.
was
He said he
saying,
wasn't ready.
then for you to get married because your woman wants you to get married, you don't want to lose her, so you get married and then y'all end up getting divorced the following year. I mean, I'd rather you be ready and ask me then than to not be ready and accept my proposal. So
That's the whole point of what we're saying. Like I said, he could say yeah all day long, but is he really, really gonna do it? Because you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yeah, baby, next year we gonna do it.
but if he say
We
yeah
gonna
to
do it.
that
Yeah,
woman,
next year I got you.
if he says yes to that woman, he better do it. Because if she went through all that to ask and then you say yes and then you take your time marrying me, they not gonna be together that long.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is
They
what
not
normally happens when the woman proposes. Like, and then her friends start getting in her ear even more. Girl, you know you proposed to him Christmas last year, and it's been a whole year, and we on Christmas again, and y'all
Well,
still ain't no wedding plans. Girl, you better go get.
Double
And then that start playing a part, and then here we go. Now
well,
you
your
pressuring
girlfriends do
even
that
more.
when you come on. They do that when you engage to a man too, though. You could be engaged to a man for 2, 3, 4 years, and your girlfriend's gonna be in your ear like, "Oh, when y'all get married? Y'all got proposed. You know, he proposed 4 years ago. Why y'all not married yet?" I see it all the time in the wedding business. These wives been engaged for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then I get that phone call saying I called off the wedding because he's not ready yet. So it happens both ways. It happens both ways.
Yeah.
It does. Hey Q. Hi Q love. How are you? Uh-oh. Let me unmute you. Because we can't hear nothing you just said. Hold on. Uh-oh. Let me see. Why is it not unmuting? Can you unmute yourself? No.
Still can't hear you.
Can't unmute your guest. They're mute. Okay, so it's saying that your mic is not connected. Q. Okay, we'll come back and introduce our artist in a second as soon as she gets back on. So Tiffany, what about you? I'm gonna save my answer for the last. What do you think?
I want to say like I'm on the fence about it. To me, it just kind of comes off like the whole role reversal thing. Because that's the traditional side of me coming through. Like to me, traditionally a man should propose, but I also understand why women take the initiative and just go for it. Just like they shoot their shot in the dating scene. They're shooting their shot with their partner to make it official. I think because I'm looking at it from a deeper level of thinking. I think my thing is what is the intent of proposal? Like when a woman does it, are you just proposing because you actually love this person, you want to get married, or are you trying to keep up with the Joneses because you're homegirl, you're going to weddings every other weekend and you want your wedding and you want your shine and you want your attention? So are you getting married for the wedding, the experience of the wedding, or are you getting married for the right reason because you really want to be committed to this one person for the rest of your life?
Well, wouldn't you ask those same questions to a man proposing?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm on the fence about it.
I'm asking because are you saying you would ask the woman that? So I'm asking, would you ask a man the same questions? Maybe that's the way I should
see. I feel like when a man does it, his intention is because he sees a lifelong partner. He's not going into it because he wants the razzle dazzle of a wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not the one walking down the aisle with the big white puffy dress and a huge bouquet of flowers. The light is not on him so much as it is on the bride.
Okay.
So I'm looking at it like his intention of proposal is for. Now, I'm not saying all men, because some men do it because they're like, oh, this is a lick. I can really, she's got money. She comes from a family with money. And, I could see all these potential,
You're saying majority of the time.
Transaction.
Yeah.
Transactional
let's face it. Let's be real. We live in a transactional society. What can you do for me if I'm going to do this for you?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I'm in the traditional sense. I'm like, well, commitment is lifelong.
Mm-hmm.
Our elders have always shown us you stick through everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the the percentages now, the divorce rate is higher than the successful marriage rate. So
Yeah.
it makes me question, why are people getting married? What is their reason for asking for the proposal?
Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, that's
Cool.
how I feel. Because it's almost like, that's why I said from the beginning, when a woman asks, it's kind of like, questionable. When a man asks, he's been through the process of, dating a whole bunch of women, hopefully, and found the fact that this is the one that, beats everybody else out. And
Right.
sometimes that does take time. But for us as women, some of us are equating sex with love. So it's like he has the best sex ever. So I want to keep that. I want to marry that. I want that for myself. You know what I'm saying? It's not more what he can do as far as like us as a unit bringing to the table. Is more so like, I want the title of a wife because I'm getting older and my time clock is ticking and I need to do this and do that. Whereas men, like, shit, I don't give a fuck if I'm goddamn 75 years old. If the bitch don't fit till she's 70, she don't fit till she's 70.
Okay. Good perspectives. Okay. What about you, Q? I see that you're back. Let's see if we can hear you.
I am. Can y'all hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right. Woo. And second question, is it clear? Because I don't have Wi-Fi right now.
Yes, it is clear.
Yay. All right. So sorry I'm late, Sunshine. I misunderstood the message. I thought I would just sing the song. My boyfriend, I'm currently at his cousin who's in town from New York. They're having like a little get together for him. So it's okay. He's in there. I'm out here. Okay, we good.
Okay, nice.
But
nice.
Yeah, so basically, y'all, it's nice to meet y'all. What's up, bro? Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Tiffany, Chizzo, Devin. I saw Surprise. He got lost, but I was like, I'm gonna hang in. But I'm a singer. I've only got 2 singles out. I did submit one for this podcast. So thank you for the opportunity, Sunshine. And just listening in. Yes, ma'am. Just listening in. I'm going to tell y'all something that's going to trip y'all up if you hadn't seen it already. Just to kind of answer questions as to why people get married. So I yesterday saw a post where an inmate proposed to his, I guess, girlfriend while he was in jail.
Okay.
So it wasn't just, over video. He got like this whole facade. He had the lights, the "Will you marry me" sign, and it was like on a beach. And he was on the screen, and he was like, "Baby, will you marry me?" So I read the comments, and one of them that stood out was like, "Oh, he trying to get those visits." You know what I mean? And maybe, and when I saw that, I said, "Wow!" And people started chiming in. Well, only 4 states do that out of the 50 states, whatever.
Yeah.
But the point is, good question: is it because of that, or does he really love this girl? You know what I mean? And it's a lot of questions. How long will he be locked up? Did he hold her down before he got locked up? You just never know. So to answer the question as to what to do in terms of who proposing to who, I just feel like the times have changed. And I feel like women even proposing to men is a part of the time change, because I never heard of that, until like the last 2 years. You know what I mean? I've started seeing that. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think that we should keep it traditional. Men proposing to the woman, because women commit, in most cases, women commit more than men. So that if your man proposes, even if he doesn't, or, y'all stick the marriage out or not, he's willing to commit at that point. Versus a woman, I feel like if we're doing it, it is kind of a rush thing, or it might be a standard thing. We can't date another year unless we marry, under the message. So I just feel like the times have changed. Social media, I feel like back in the day, you had to go see your spouse, or you had to call your spouse at the house. You know what I mean? Y'all had to meet up, but now we got all these sneaky little apps. You know what I mean? And we driving different cars, working different jobs. I just feel like times have played a role into that. And that's why a lot of marriages aren't lasting, because most people aren't doing it for the right reason.
Yeah. Good points. Well, me personally, I'm just going to put it out there. So some of our comments, Chris, you want to read some of the comments?
Yes. Some of our comments had said, so one coming from Shamika says, it's not really traditional. It's biblical why a man's supposed to propose to.
That too, yeah.
What else do we have here? There's Stephanie. She says she doesn't do it. She don't want to do it.
Okay. Stephanie said no. It's a no for me, and she said it 3 times. It is a no for me. She ain't gonna do it.
Exactly.
So can I ask a question? I'm sorry. Were you all done reading the comments, Chris?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm very inquisitive on this topic. So I guess my question would be, because proposal is what leads to marriage, but what is your idea of marriage? Like, what is marriage? Because to me, it seems that marriage and proposals and everything have been romanticized so much with social media that's why it's so intriguing to a woman, because it's allowing her to be the princess that most girls, as we're growing up, we see ourselves, as potential brides walking down the aisle, because nobody has ever shown us what real life marriage as a woman. If they don't romanticize that part, they romanticize the wedding.
So you talking about after the marriage?
It's kind of like borderline, like, because proposal is what's supposed to lead to marriage anyway. That's if it's a successful proposal and she says yes or he says yes.
Yeah, the marriage, the day of the wedding is the Hollywood production.
Right.
But after the lights go out, after the people go home, after the cake has been eaten, and after the honeymoon, what are you bringing to the table? Are you going to be with me? Are you going to be faithful? Are you going to provide some type of financial stability? Are you going to provide some time? Are you going to provide that chemistry that I need? Because I need love.
Can you keep up with the chemistry? Because the chemistry should already be there prior to the proposal.
Exactly. Yeah. But sometimes in relationships, you do get tied with your spouse or your partner or whatever. So that way, but you have to be creative as being a partner. You have to find the possibilities and to keep the relationship fresh and keep on renewing it. Exactly. Renew the possibilities, make things sexy. If you want to spice it up every year, be my guest. If you want to learn, if you and that person want to learn how to cook a dish or two, be my guest. If you want to spice it up in the bedroom, come on, we can do that too. You always got to find ways to keep the relationship interesting, and also too. On their worst day, you got to be there to uplift them. On their bad day, you got to be there
and
to
vice versa.
And vice versa. Yeah.
I'm just getting ready to say, you talking about the positive side of it. We're talking about the side where they're not talking to each other for a week, or
been there.
How it boils down to money, because that's most of the divorces. It comes down to money. Somebody's not making, or somebody's not pulling their own weight. And I think we've seen marriages like that, maybe from our parents, maybe from other people that we know. We've seen some marriages stick it out through thick and thin. And that's the part that's not being put on social media. The part of doing the work. The part of, of course I'm mad at her, or of course she's mad at me, but am I still putting in the work? Am I just going to say, forget it, and we just gonna get a divorce over something minute or something that could have been worked out? Are we making long-term decisions over short-term feelings? A lot of that stuff doesn't get promoted on social media. So when you ask the question, what does a marriage look like? The marriage actually looks like the bad part. It's the bad. But what we see every day is them being cordial, being nice. We're seeing them out in the grocery store. We're seeing them at other weddings. We're seeing them at church. We're seeing them at all these different events, smiling and having a good time. But at the same time, when they go home, what are they putting in that work to do? That's what marriage is.
Marriage, that's what I tell people. Marriage doesn't make your relationship better. It actually makes it worse. And the reason why I say it makes it worse is because people are not willing to put in the time and effort that it takes to make a marriage work. Marriage is instead of being called marriage, it should be called work. Because the day you say I do, it is no longer when I get mad at you, I can go back to my crib, you go back to your crib. When I don't want to look at you in the morning, you getting on my nerves, I can't just say, fuck this nigga, I'm out. And stay home for 3-4 days at the homeboy, you know what I'm saying, or the homegirl house. I can't do certain things that I did before, and it has nothing to do with somebody allowing me to do something, or whatever. But it's like you should have a different respect for your mate once the point you say that I do. And people want the title behind the husband and the wife, but they don't want the work behind the husband and the wife. That's why these chicks is getting on their knees proposing, because they don't understand being a wife. Sometimes you're gonna have to shut your mouth. You're gonna have to humble yourself. Sometimes you're gonna have to commit to certain things that this man wants you to do that these women ain't willing to do. So therefore, you want to be my wife, and you want the like she said, the wedding. I want my girlfriend to be like, girl, y'all had a fabulous wedding. We went on a honeymoon to Jamaica for a whole 2 weeks. All that bullshit. But at the end of the day, when I get home and that man, like before he got married to me, now he might be expecting me to pick up his clothes when he just take them off and drop them. Whereas before we got married, he wasn't doing none of that. But because I'm his wife now, and that's what he been taught that a traditional role as a wife should be. Now I got to go in here and cook and clean. And
there's responsibilities to that title.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility being a wife, being a husband.
Your worth of communication too, because a lot of and I've been guilty of it too. A lot of people in relationships, they have a tendency to get lazy, and nobody wants to take accountability of their actions. So it's up to that other spouse. If they see something wrong that's within their relationship, or if they're lacking something, it is up to them to communicate with context what we need to do to fix this, so we can move past this and move forward and keep this relationship going fresh, or however you want to call it.
I'm hearing a lot of problems. So my thing is, marriage has been in existence since day one. Adam was made, then Eve was made. So it's always been the institution of man and woman to be in a committed relationship with one another ever since the very beginning. Now, now we're in the times that we are in, that now women and women can marry, men and men can marry. Marriage is marriage. Marriage has always been in existence. But these are conversations that I'm sure we all agree should be taking place before we get married. Maybe even before the proposal's in front of you, maybe before you even answer, well, what does marriage look like to you? Instead of, people do these grand engagement scenes and go all out to make this big old gesture of the engagement and so forth and so on. But like, I've been proposed to a couple times, and I know one time I actually said, what does marriage mean to you? And I didn't. His response and his definition was the traditional role that Rode is talking about how I'm supposed to cook, clean, and have babies and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, no, sir, that's not my idea of being a wife, and that's not what I want. So, like, even if you get to the point of popping the question, no matter who it is, the conversation should be, and it sounds like all of us agree, like, maybe we need to make sure that before we answer, regardless of who asks, is what does marriage mean to you?
So with that being said,
like they think you was a freak before you met them, like you could do all of this stuff in the bedroom before you met them, right?
Right. But now you're supposed to do that for the next
or you have a baby, they started to imagine this picture of you being this wife and mother, and now the stuff I used to do, you like, nah, baby, you can't do that. Like, I don't want you kissing me because you kissed my son with them lips, and certain stuff. Like, I know people have done that, like literally changed their whole game because they started to see their wife as not the sexual woman that they met. They just started to see her as a wife and a mother, and their thing of a wife and mother was like their mother. So it was like, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
So
that's why they go and cheat with younger women.
So with that being said, of what you just said, Tiffany, Sunshine, with having the conversation and everything, with going into detail and talking out different intricacies, if you will, of what we want marriage to be. The question is, why does it matter who answers first?
Huh?
I'm sorry. The question is, why does it matter who asked the question first?
Oh, I said I was gonna give my answer later because I don't care.
No. I'm asking that to the entire group because this topic is, should a woman should a woman propose?
Right.
So, and there are so many women that are dead set on that, will not do it.
Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of
they're down here mopping kitchens and all of this stuff. They eating bags of nails and everything. But if we all had this conversation, why does it matter if the woman's asked first, or why does it matter if the man asked first? If we already had,
it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter, and that's why I said I'm gonna hold my comment till later, because I chose who I wanted to marry. Okay, I went to my husband and said to him, will you marry me? So I was the one that did that. I chose, because before I married my husband, I was single for 8 years. And I said that when I start dating again, I am going to be dating to find a husband. I'm not going to be dating to just be dating. That's when sex was no longer just sex. I was at a point in my life where I was like, look, whoever I commit to, that's who I plan to be my husband. And that's what I went into. I would go out on dates. Guys say, well, what are you looking for? I'm looking for my potential husband. Gone. Then I had the men I would say that to. Oh, okay, I'm open to a potential wife. And we started dating. So I was the one, when I made a decision about who I wanted to be with, I asked. I have no problem with that. I know other women who have asked, and they are still with their husband to this day. And their husband loved it. My husband loved it. So I don't think it really matters who asks. That's just me. I don't think it matters who asks. I think where the issue comes, and where some women are getting caught up, is into this traditional, he has to ask me. But why? If you feel as if this is the man for you, if you feel like this is the person that you want to spend your life with, why do you have to wait for this man 1, 3, 5, 8, 13 years to ask you? Why do you have to wait for something like that if you have already chosen who you have already decided that you want that person to be your husband? There are many situations in the Bible where the woman chose her husband. She chose her king. She chose the person that she was going to marry. That's in throughout the Bible. So it has not always been the man has to ask the woman. There are women, there have been queens, there have been queens, there have been priestesses, there have been prominent women who have done the proposing, who has chosen her husband. She chose her king, she chose her life partner, she chose her soulmate, and had very happy marriages. So for me, it doesn't matter who asks the question. I've been married before. He proposed to me. That shit didn't work. This time I did the asking, and I'm still with him. So, it is what it is. I know successful relationships where men have asked, the marriage doesn't go well. I know women who have asked, their marriage didn't go well. I've seen all those different scenarios. I've been planning weddings over 20 years. I've seen it all. So I don't really think it matters. Me personally, if you have the feeling, if that's who you want to spend your life with, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If that's what you feel in your heart and that's what you want, you should ask. Period. Take control of your own life. Don't put what you want in somebody else's hands. If you want that person, then be with that person. Whatever that is. If women can approach a man in a club, if a woman can approach a man and ask him out on a date, why can't she ask him to marry him?
That's my question.
For me, it's never worked out. Every man that I walked up to and was like, I took the initiative to say something to them, it never ever worked out. It looks like I'm just like, to them, that's just a free pass to fuck. They don't look at it as she wants to get to know me or none of that. It's like, oh, I checked one. I ain't got to work hard to get the pussy because she came to me.
I hope that's been your experience.
Yeah. I
hate that.
It's like what I tell my friends all the time. I say fishes and buses. I was like, Chris, what are you talking about? Fishes and buses? Well, there's a lot of fish in the sea, and if you miss a bus, the next 15, another one coming. So, and it doesn't hurt if you're with a person to go to couples counseling too as well. That is an option. If you're that serious, and if you want that person to be with you, it's okay to go to couples counseling.
And that's part of the whole work.
Exactly. You got to put in the work in. Faith without works is dead. You're trying to be faithful and you want this thing to happen, but you got to put in the work in order for the thing to happen. So I agree with everybody.
I'm sorry, I want to bring in some of the comments. So one of them was, in my opinion, is people want to start working after they say I do. The work starts as soon as you see this person being who you want to spend the rest of your life with. And this same person said, my opinion, you can't make someone a husband or wife. I feel that it's already in them because everyone is not meant to be a wife or husband. Totally get it. Mm-hmm. I totally get it. Someone else said, so my husband is on here. He said, what did he say? He said, I don't give a fuck. My wife proposed to me and I was with the shits. She knew what she wanted and she went for it. And ain't nobody in this marriage but me and her. That's what my husband said.
And that's another thing.
All right,
no, that's wrong. That I'm in this bitch too. Because that's our husband.
That is our husband. I'm sorry, boo. That I know. I'm sorry.
I'm the only
that's
one.
Our husband. Our husband. Our husband acknowledged that this wife, his first wife, asked him, and he was with the shits, and he was very proud of it. He's told everybody. He always tells this story to everybody. Okay, so then we have someone who commented to my husband and says, "I like that, but why didn't you propose to her?" So I will tell you that he was looking for rings and had planned on proposing to me 2 months later, which would have made, I want to say, nope, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the exact date, but he was going to propose 2 months after I did. He had already started looking for a ring. So he was planning to propose. I just beat him to it. So that's the answer to that. Some others said that I think women sometimes do it out of desperation. They want that, and men drag their feet at times. Then in others, it may be that they don't want that with you. So if I'm understanding correctly, Miss Monica, when you're saying that the women sometimes want it out of desperation, is that because they want the man and they're tired of waiting? Can you confirm that's what you're saying? I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. And then we also have someone on here who said, what else did they say? So this one, she said, it's okay for a woman to ask another woman for marriage, but it's not okay for a woman to ask a man for marriage.
Ooh, speak on that.
Make it make sense.
Speak on that.
Okay.
Once again, in most relationships that are same sex, there is a more dominant partner than the other. And in most of those relationships, the more dominant partner still ends up asking the other to marry them.
Okay. Now, Donella, go ahead and answer to that. Because that's who said it. That's who posted the comment. And she is, I would think, I want to say Donella is probably the dominant one in the relationship. I could be wrong. So, Donella, Miss Rose said that usually in a same-sex relationship, there is a dominant one. And the dominant one is usually the one that proposes. Did I say that right, Ro? Okay, all right. So let's hear it from the LGBT family. Is there usually a dominant one in the LGBT couple? And if so, is it usually the dominant one that does the proposing?
And notice I didn't use stud or femme or any of that. I said dominant. Because there could be two women who are femmes, like dress feminine and everything. You know, don't try to be like a man or none of that. But there's still one in the relationship that is more dominant than the other one. Even with men.
Okay. All right. So that we're asking that. We're putting it out there to our LGBT family. Is there normally a dominant one, or is there a dominant one in a relationship? And if so, is it the dominant one that usually pops the question? Okay.
That's what happened with my last relationship.
I like this. I like this. This is getting good, y'all. This is getting good. This is getting good.
All right. Me to go ask my sister. She ain't gonna get on camera, but I can go ask her.
Yep. And while you do that, we're gonna play Q Love song. Wow, like wow.
I gotta get up. It's Q Love.
nice. What y'all think of that?
I like that.
Yeah.
That was
that was really
I
nice.
like that.
Yeah, very nice. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. What'd she say? Ro?
I didn't ask her. I want y'all to ask it, so would be unbiased. You know, like she didn't get a chance to think about it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So the question is, when you're in a same-sex relationship, is there number one a more dominant partner?
The surface answer will be no, but underneath the surface answer will be yes. But it's not always through physical appearance. It's through energy. Like some people have more dominant energy than the other person. And even if those people say, oh, there isn't a dominant partner, that's still a lie because somebody, whether it switches or not, there's always a more dominant energy that's present at all times. So, yes, but they'll tell you no.
Okay.
And the second question is, when people of same-sex marriage, relationships get married, does that more dominant person usually ask the question, or is it basically about equaled out, or who does it more?
In that scenario, it just depends on the couple. I have two friends. When you looking at them, you would think that one is more dominant, but they actually asked each other. And it was so weird how it happened because they ended up asking each other on the same day and didn't know. And so I think that's circumstantial. It depends on the couple.
Wow.
But it's not expected that the more dominant one is going to be the one to answer the question. To ask the question. Sometimes it's the quote unquote submissive one. It just who beats whoever to the punch first.
Yeah.
Okay, now would you ask a person to marry you?
You can't ask me that because I don't want to get married.
Okay.
Okay. That you know what, that needs to be an episode. What those people out there who just say, you know what, I don't even want to get married. So like this is just a mute conversation because I don't even want to get married. And there are people out there that don't want to get married. So we got
not the traditional way anyway.
Yeah, we got to put that on the books, Tiffany. We got to put that on the books. So someone said that her daughter is the dominant one in her marriage to the spouse. So she's agreeing that there is a more dominant one in the relationship, and she's giving her daughter as an example. She is the dominant one in her marriage to her spouse. Let me see. Someone else said that Donella said, let's be honest, I will be the one to get down on one leg and ask for marriage. Okay. Okay. All right, Donella. All right. I can see that too. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So it sounds like I'm the only one, I think, that's just like, fuck it. The woman can propose. Let the women propose. Women, you do that. Like, I support it 1,000%. But that's only because I've done it. And I'm still in my marriage. So it's like, maybe because I've done it and I know how that felt. It felt so good to say, this is my choice. This is what I want. And so I'm taking control of what I want and what my heart wanted. And that made me feel exceptional as a woman. It made me feel alive. It made me feel empowered. It was like a very strong decision that I made for me. And his response was a response since then I have never gotten from him when it comes to surprise and just an emotional response to something amazing.
Because how many times that happens to a man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to be like, oh my God. I mean, of course, we're going to get emotional because, okay, think about it this way.
Just like the person in the video we try to do, y'all. You see him going like this and covering.
Because how many times? Okay, it's a video on TikTok where it's a young lady going around telling brothers to smile. As far as what we go through as men every day, we it's not that we have to put on a mean face. It's just that we're just going about our natural day. So how many of us actually like? Just thinking for myself, I smile more now because I have braces. I smile more now because, I feel better about my smile. But there were times where I just didn't have nothing to smile about. I was focused on what I was doing. I was making sure that I was trying to be the best that I can be. Also, you know, working in the school system and stuff, you're taking all of that energy in. So when do I have time to smile? So when a young lady steps to a man that's been having a pretty okay day, he might not be having a bad day, but at the same time, someone comes to you and say, "Hey, King, smile." You know, that'll make any man like either blush or get emotional because they're thinking about what's going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, think about it this way. Remember back in high school, remember back in elementary school, we had a game called 7-Up.
See, I heard about that in a minute.
Wow. You went way.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, walk with me with this. So the game of 7-Up, you got your head down and you got your fist, and someone has to come along and pull your thumb up, right? And then you have to guess who it was that did it. And if you guessed it right, you know, whatever, I forget whatever, you know, guessed it right or whatever. I forget what happens after that. But think about those people who never got their thumb raised up.
Rejection.
You know what I'm saying? So what does that do? What does that do to a person's mental health?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a woman actually getting down on one knee and asking a guy, he's gonna think back over all the memories, all them things that made him sad, all them things that made him question himself as a man. And of course, all that emotion is gonna pour out because we don't get that type of energy. You know, we're men, we're supposed to be everything the world tell us to be. Even ourselves, we can't tell ourselves who we are because we're so focused on what the world is telling me that I need to be instead of me saying to myself what I want to be. Mm-hmm. So just to think about a woman getting down on one knee and putting all of that energy into this one person, it'll break any man down.
Mm-hmm. It just puts something in perspective.
Said that so perfectly. I don't even have nothing else to say.
Everybody was quiet. Just like in high school, when you're nodding, that means I got your attention.
Yes, like I don't even have nothing else to say. Like I feel like if you would have said that at the end, that would have been a wrap. That would have been the end of the episode.
It's just thoughts that go through my head. It's like I really want to talk to women who are dead set against who are dead set against asking a man to marry.
We got a couple on our posts. Who were just like, no,
I saw a couple of hell no's.
Yeah,
no for me.
We've had several women who said it's a no for me. No, not gonna do it. We have another. I think that same person that said the other two comments said, "Ladies, do not do it. No." Like we have some women on our thing saying absolutely positively no. And now that I done said that I was one of those women to propose, I'm just waiting for somebody to ask me, well, what the fuck was wrong with you? I'm waiting for that question to come because I did it. And I'm telling you, it was a great experience. You should try it one day.
I think those are some of the same women who at Christmas time is like, I want to be in matching pajamas. Well, hell, you want to be in matching pajamas? Bend the knee. Get down and ask that man to marry you. Get down and ask that man to be your boyfriend. You want to be in matching pajamas for the season? Hey, bend the knee.
Well, so for my husband, after the shock, because I'm going to tell you what he really thought was going on. He thought I was getting on my knee to give him a blowjob. Okay, so yes, I didn't find this out until a year later, Tiffany. I didn't find this out till a year later. Is that he thought that I was getting on my knee to give him a blowjob?
He sat back like, oh, yeah.
He did. He was like, so what's up? And I was like,
no, he didn't.
Yes, Tiffany. I can hear he's laughing right now. I can hear him laughing because he's watching. I found this out a whole year after we got married.
I think any man would have done the same thing. Any man would have done it. Any man would have been like, oh,
so unexpected because like who's
like
gonna
that?
When I found that out, I was so embarrassed because he was telling our friends, and I didn't even realize that that's what he thought that I was doing until that moment, a year after we were married. He thought that I was getting on my knees to give him a blowjob, and I asked him to marry me instead. So after the and slow motion, which I'm thinking it's shock, it was really, let me switch gears because yeah.
Wow.
Oh geez.
Yeah. So that's my husband. You know what? Maybe that's the reason why he said yes. I just thought about it.
Oh my God.
Maybe because he had to cover that he thought he was getting a blowjob. That might have been it. I can hear him laughing. So, ladies, come on now, because I still got them. They still saying, "Girl, no." I feel it takes away from the man's masculinity. Not about to take that away from a man. Oh my God, why? Why does that take away from a man's masculinity?
So let me ask a question to that comment.
I am.
I know that you are all pro black, pro woman and everything, but there is a such thing as emasculating a man, and there are certain men out here. I know.
I believe that,
but there are certain men out here that literally they like the they want to be the alpha male and take control and be dominant and do certain things. And if you, as a woman, take those certain things away from them, they're going to feel emasculated. So if he feels like it's emasculating him, taking away from him, asking his woman, that's just respect. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I'm respected, but that
had nothing to do with you as a woman and you being strong.
You shouldn't make him it feel any less of a man because the woman that is in love with him ask him to marry him. That shouldn't make him feel like
you ain't a man.
Now, what if this was done in private though? What if
it was in private?
That's the difference.
Then now we gotta acknowledge.
Now we getting somewhere.
Now we gotta acknowledge standards and double standards and all that good stuff.
If it was private, like I would feel like when you do it privately, it's more of a blow. It's a less of a blow. But once again, we have to have this extravagant, wedding, proposal, all of this. There have been plenty of people who have went to an intimate dinner. The man got down, you know what I'm saying? Or the woman got down on one knee, not with the whole public there, not at a restaurant. I'm talking about the crib. We just finished cooking the dinner. And they get down on one knee and say, "Marry me." It's not embarrassing to you. It's not embarrassing to them. Everything is copacetic. It's done in the home. But when you make a public spectacle, it's no longer about you and them. Like I always hated weddings. Like when I got married, I didn't get married with no extravagant wedding, none of that. I hated the big traditional wedding because I kept saying, ain't nobody gonna be in this fucking wedding but me and my husband after it's said and done. I'm spending all this money for people to come to an event, to talk about what ain't gonna last,
to eat your food,
to eat my food, see, you know what I'm saying, what I'm dressed in, what it look like.
The DJ gonna be hard though.
The DJ gonna be hard though.
DJ gonna be great.
But you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't see myself doing that. So I went to the Justice of the Peace and I spent my money on the honeymoon. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. I tell my brides all the time, why are you about to go in $20,000-$30,000 debt when you can have a nice, beautiful wedding with $10,000 and take the rest of our house or go on vacation?
Girl, my whole outfit, y'all think I'm lying. We was fly though. My whole outfit and his came from Goodwill. I spent $20 on his shit to wear and I wear and mine. And we had money. It wasn't that we couldn't afford it. Mm-hmm. But I saw this dress in Goodwill that I wanted.
You get some good buys at Goodwill.
Somebody spent a lot of money for it, but I spent $16. So
right.
It worked out for me and it fit perfectly. But literally I spent $20 on our outfit. He put on some J's to hit the, you know what I'm saying, the black suit off with, the red shirt and the black tie. My dress was red and black. We look fly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't about the wedding. It was more about the love that we had for each other. Like it wasn't about, you know what I'm saying? My mama was there, my daddy was there, my sisters was there, my kids was there. So who else, you know what I'm saying? Like the people who were important enough in my life and in our life, they were there.
Okay, so I guess let's go back to that question a little bit. Does it matter if the woman proposes in the privacy of two people? Why does that make a difference?
To me, it does.
Are y'all okay? So y'all would be okay with her proposing in private or in a small intimate setting, but y'all won't be okay with a big engagement proposal?
No. I'm not going to say that I'm okay with it or not because people are going to do what they want to do. They have the free will to do so. Because it's just an opinion at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But I mean, look, they like it. I love it. I really don't care.
Well, for Ro is saying yes. So you're saying if it was in an intimate setting, it's okay for a woman to propose.
I would say it was okay for a woman to propose intimately, and that's just so to save that man's face, just in case he wasn't in, that situation where it did emasculate him or made him feel some type of way. So that's why I'm saying that's for me. The woman aspect, I didn't care how my man proposed to me as long as it was done.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually got the fairy tale like in the middle of a restaurant type situation, at work. Coming through the door, flowers, ring, get on one knee, all of that stuff. So I got that.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah.
So Dell, I'm gonna ask you, because you're a manly man, you're a very masculine man, and I'm gonna ask Chris too. Would it make you feel less of a man for a woman to propose to you?
And see, I was just getting ready to speak on that. Like the whole emasculating thing, that's a big extreme. Now I know it's some hoteps out here. I know it's some, I know it's some brolic dudes out here. I know it's some dudes that's, real hard down Bible, driven dudes. I mean, I get it. I get it, but emasculating because you proposed to me? There's worse ways to emasculate me.
Right.
There's way worse ways to break me down as a guy.
She wants to spend her life with you. Why is that emasculating? I don't understand.
Like I said, I get it. Some women may assume that that's emasculating.
I don't hotep in two-step, so it's not a.
Wait, what did you just say?
I don't hotep in two-step.
You don't.
Chris
what?
is country.
That was some country ass shit.
Right.
Look. Y'all gonna get used to these isms because I got them for you. I got them locked and loaded, ready for you. So
all day
that
long.
Is so funny, though.
I understood what he meant.
It's
Me
not
too,
an
that's why it's
emasculating
funny to
thing.
me.
Please explain for the people in the back, Chris, because Tiffany did she is that
No,
when,
I didn't hear the first.
Oh, you
part
didn't
of it.
hear him. Oh, okay. Say
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah.
say it again. Say it
Hotepping
again.
and two-stepping. That's what I said. But nah, it's not an emasculating thing. No, it's like a prideful thing for men. Well, for me as a man, it's a prideful thing because men, we like to court. Well, some men, not all.
Please say some. Please say some.
We like to court our women, and if we like what we want, we like what we want. And if we really want to make it official, we gonna do our thing. Now, if my woman was to sit back here and propose to me, I'll be at a loss for words. I'll be speechless. I don't know how to take it, but at the same time, I don't think that there is a golden written rule for which gender to propose to specifically.
It's not. I was in the rule book and not even in the Bible do I see that a man has to propose. Is there a scripture that says that the man has to propose? I don't think so.
I mean, we hear all the time, we hear all the time, when a man finds a good thing and this, that, and the third. I mean, of course,
that didn't say nothing about him proposing.
I mean, if you want to go hotepping and two-stepping, back in the day, they used to use proposing with a ring as a way of like their loved one. So it's like
that should be like one of our
the host.
But when it says that, it is basically telling you that. It's not saying that because biblically you didn't even date.
Right.
In biblical times, you didn't even date. It was like
that's true.
You knew this was your woman. This is who you wanted. You went and asked her father, "Can I marry your daughter?" And it was done. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even dating. So yes, when they said he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, it is definitely intended for marriage. It's not intended for us going
but
out
it doesn't say that
that's way past Cheesecake Factory. That's way past it.
Right.
I feel a rabbit hole coming on. Because let me just ask this, right?
I love Cheesecake Factory. Y'all gonna stop messing with Cheesecake Factory.
They didn't even go to Olive Garden. It was just, hey, Dad, can I marry?
Yeah.
See,
I got a couple goats. Right here.
What about help me out, you guys. The marriages where the families
arranged.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So and I know that's a cultural thing, but I feel like the concept that we're talking about tonight is westernized.
It is.
A little bit.
Can you give me more?
Because
give me more.
All right, I'm not very biblical. Like I don't. That's.
Oh, you talking about those type?
But my thing is, it's like.
Are you saying the idea of proposing is Westernized?
Yeah, because
it is.
Yeah. So, but what happens when we're talking about families who are pressuring you or your partner to propose or to get married because of your culture? Then what?
My parents literally, they should have just put a shotgun to the back of my head and said, marry this mug and live happily ever after. That's how mine went. Hold on, Dale. Okay, let me put this out. Dale, I'm single. I'm talking about my ex-husbands. When I say my husbands, I'm single. I'm ex, so I ain't with none of these traumatized.
Hey, we talked before we went live. Hey.
Okay, so but with my first kids, well, my first husband, I didn't want to marry him. It was more of a situation where he and I were shacking up, and I'm a pastor's child, so this is no shacking up in our house, in our culture and religion. So I literally was living with him. My mom husband got into a situation and she needed help paying her bills. We literally gave up our apartment to move in with them. And so when her husband got home from when his situation was, he basically came in the door like, y'all can't live here no more because y'all not married. You either get married or you get put out. We gave up our apartment, nowhere to go, and somebody comes home and says, you got to move out or get married. So it was kind of like either be homeless or, marry him. I had said, okay, I'm going to marry him in 2 months anyway. But if I'd have married him in the 2 months that I wanted to marry him in, I'd have found out everything I needed to know, and I wouldn't have married him. It took 2 months to change my whole life for 8 years. So no, don't do that. Please don't do it. Just say hell no, burn in hell.
Wait, the opinions of some of the co-hosts are not the opinions of
no.
I mean, the sin is a sin no matter what it is. So you might as well, you sitting there talking about people gluttony and all other kinds of stuff. You might as well take the one that you love the most, which is sex.
Do you lust for me or do you love me? How about it?
But that's I
do, Tiffany. I do understand what you're saying. I know in some cultures it is transactional. When it comes to putting together finances together. But other than that, as far as a modern day, your family, I think family need to mind their own doggone business because you don't know what's going on inside of this relationship.
Right.
Because I mean, it's cute that you can influence people to go marry that said person, but you don't know what's going on. They might be miserable on the inside of that relationship. So you can't put nobody or force nobody to marry somebody because at the end of the day, you don't know what the heck is going on. Like, so mind your own doggone business. Drink your water, mind your business.
See, that's why Chris put it politically correct. I just said burn in hell.
Shoot, how Chris put it. Shoot, I'm thankful for Western civilization. Can you imagine arranged marriages now?
They still doing it. What is
No, they still do.
No, I'm talking about in American culture. I'm talking about like your parents coming to you saying you're marrying this dude.
Yeah, but some cultures still do.
But remember, we learn from coming to America. Homegirl was barking like a dog. You can have that. Or you can have somebody that I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? That man went all the way to America. He's like, nah, I ain't doing this. America got better politics than this. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure we all had a parent tell us, like, hey, so-and-so, y'all look good together. And you like, I don't look at her like that. And hey, buddy over there, he's a good man. He goes to church and this, that, and the third. And she's like,
my mom hooked me up with somebody one time and she said she would never do it again because he was a player. It was in the club Tuesday through Sunday. It took a break on Monday.
I just told you.
She
I
said,
want to,
"Work again."
I want to segue real quick because I think what the second question is, how long should a woman wait?
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Dell. Yeah, we did. We already married, getting divorced and everything on our second marriage and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. So how long? So for our ladies, y'all been on here all night talking about women. Don't propose. So we hear you. We hear you. You have been heard. We understand. We get it. So now the other big question is, how long are we waiting? 13 years? How long should a woman wait? Since y'all say that the woman needs to wait, y'all said she need to wait. Now she waiting. How long should a woman wait for a proposal? What's your max,
I'm
Tiffany?
not waiting it out.
Tiffany, she's not interested into traditional marriage, so I'm not going to ask Tiffany. I'm going to ask.
Well, no, it's okay because
No, I don't want a
I got a
traditional
ring.
marriage.
I got to ask the question.
Go ahead.
When I say traditional marriage, I don't mean like on pen and paper. I mean like everything else, just not legalized.
Okay, so how long should you wait for? What would that be though? If it's not marriage, then you already have a commitment because you're boyfriend and girlfriend. So what's the next step between boyfriend girlfriend to
a formal ceremony?
Okay,
a formal commitment ceremony.
So does someone ask you? So is there a proposal in that?
Yeah. How
So
do you think I got this?
Okay, so there's still a proposal, but you just both agree not to do it legally.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long? Okay. I just learned something. There's still a proposal. Okay. So how long are you gonna wait? How long should a woman wait
for the proposal part?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it depends on what. For me, see, I'm from back then where I once was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more mature now, but back then I would say, oh, I need to know like within a year.
Mm-hmm.
So a year and a half tops.
Okay.
Tops.
And I got someone in here said, "Oh, I need my papers." She said, "Oh, I need my papers." So she wants those papers. Me, if I'm gonna give you my life, then I need that too. But that's just me. There's so many protections that come in place with that piece of paper that don't always, even though you might write down on a piece of paper, give everything to such and such, or even if you put that person as your beneficiary in your life insurance, that does not guarantee that they are going to get that if y'all are not legally married through the government. Even though y'all write down, get it notarized, take it to the lawyer, take it to courthouse, that does not mean that you are going to get that inheritance, that money, that life insurance, so because y'all are not legally married. So just let y'all know that for y'all who don't want to.
But see, that's the thing with me. Like, I'm not getting into it for that reason.
It's not the point, bitch. You go to a job. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you bitch, but it's not the point. You supposed to go to a job and get a paycheck. If you put in your work into a relationship, you're supposed to benefit at that mug.
But what about
you understand what I'm saying?
What about the like? I don't know. I just like, to me, like anything that's, and like I said, I'm coming into a different version of myself right now. So I'm looking at things like, well, when I die, I'm not going to be able to take that money with me, because let's face it, a U-Haul does not follow a hearse into a cemetery. So anything that has been accumulated, whether it be money, whether it be, this and that, that's all good and gravy. But what is that going to do for me when I'm not here?
So it's going to do good for your partner. This is
in your family.
No. I'm saying like after
it's not
after
just about you benefiting from it. It's about your children. It's about the children that y'all may have together that benefit from it. It could be him that benefit from it. It's a whole lot of stuff.
It's not just about you.
And then in certain states, they don't care nothing about that power of attorney stuff that everybody keep talking about. And the fact that if your partner, you've been with them 20 years and they're on their deathbed, because you're not their family, you can't even go in there and spend time with them watch them die unless family gives you permission. But you the one that's been there for 20 years taking care of Tom, and then Tom come in, his family come in and take everything that you and Tom have worked for that belong to Tom. But because I got this piece of paper that say I can make decisions on Tom, you feel like you get everything. It's not like that. Like, for real. Me personally, I don't want a traditional marriage. I do want the paperwork with it because, like I said, I've been married before and I know certain things. So yes, I want at the end of my job, when my man is dead and gone, or my woman is dead and gone, I want my paycheck at the end. It ain't got to be monetary necessarily, but I want the things that we invested together. I want that. I want to be able to say who gets what and what doesn't.
That I agree upon. But okay, so let me ask the question, because maybe I'm missing something. So in the midst of the marriage, we accumulated property, a house. Both of our names are on the deed. He passes, but because we're not legally married, I'm not gonna get it.
No, that's different.
It's just gonna hold a whole lot of stuff up in probate because
it's gonna go to the next of kin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, but the next of kin would be who he wants it to be, right?
But if he ain't got that set in stone,
right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's all pertinent on who you're dealing with. So if the person takes the responsibility of getting those things all taken care of,
but the family can still dispute it. I've seen it several times. The family can still dispute it because that is their
probate.
They will hold it up. That was his property. We are his family, his surviving family. You're just the girlfriend.
No. I'm saying, what if his name and my name are both?
Yeah, that's what I said. In certain states, it's like that.
Yeah, but the family can still hold it up. The family can still hold it up. They can force you to sell because y'all weren't married. Yeah. Someone just asked a question, Tiffany. They said, I don't get that. Why a ceremony if not a marriage?
Because the ceremony is more so for the two people, like, in my opinion, it's more so for the people involved. Like, you can literally, like,
you're doing everything but just signing the paper, right?
Yeah, I'm just not signing the paper.
Right.
Why not?
I have circumstances that I can't.
Okay, so that's a different section. See, that's another thing. When you're husband and wife, that shit is like this. So I get that. But that's the point I be trying to make. Like, because you got a situation going on, you don't want to involve somebody else in your situation until you get that cleared up.
Yeah.
Right. I get that. So with that being said, you right. Get your ceremony and do it how that, but legally fuck them up. You do what you do. That's how I look at it. Because
I'm just trying to go around the system.
I get it.
I probably shouldn't be saying that on a live feed, but
no, there's people that don't get married because of financial things that they've already got in place, and that's understandable.
Yeah, that's just to say I don't want it. I don't care nothing about it.
Yeah, that's totally different. Yeah. Everybody so Ro, what about you? Tiffany said after a year or 3.
I don't want a traditional marriage. I don't want I want the paperwork, but I don't want like roles, like gender roles per se. I don't want like I have to do this, you have to do that type situation. I want us to create our own like type of situation and relationship and what works best for us.
So how long do you wait for that proposal? How long do you wait? Whatever that marriage looks is between you and him, but how long do you wait for the proposal?
I'm not in a rush. I've been there, done that. So for me, like, you to ask this is my first time getting married, I probably be like, within the first 5 years, I have to be a wife. But now, been there, done that. It's like, it's whatever at this point. I just want companionship and loyalty at this point.
So you're good with not getting married again?
Ever.
You're good. Okay.
I'm good.
We need to ask women who want to get married, because y'all
if they ask me, I'll tell them yes.
If they don't want to get married traditionally with the papers,
yes or no, but I ain't gonna just be like, girl, I just want a husband. I need a husband.
So are you gonna be with a man for 5 years and he never gives, and there's no conversation about marriage?
If we vibing and life is good at this point in my life, fuck it, let's do it, baby.
So 5 years, you would do it as long as y'all were happy. Is that what you're saying? Okay. What about anybody else? Somebody just said, bro, just answer the question. How long?
Yeah.
Okay. So what, Chris, what do you think? As a man, how long do you feel is a good period of time to court someone, since you said you believe in court someone before you propose?
All right. I would say a year and a half. It don't take that long to like find out that you and that person have chemistry.
A year and a half. Okay.
Year and a half at the latest.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That way
Dale,
you got all the serious questions out the way. You didn't got what you want, how you want it, when you want it, and all the serious stuff is out the way. So yeah, a year and a half. You should be set in stone.
Year and a half. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay, Dale, I see you over there. Your mind is thinking. You thinking about it. You trying to think about what answer looks good to you. What you think, Dale?
Well, you know, I'm complex.
Yes, you are.
I'm complex in a certain way because, you know, being a Cancer, I pay attention to so many things. So many detailed things that I pay attention to. I might not say nothing.
Wow.
But I make sure I'm paying attention to everything. You know, what really made my senses get even more tighter was when I went through my kidney journey. Mm-hmm. And how I started really thinking as a man and as with marriage, is this person really gonna be there for me when my health goes bad?
Mm-hmm.
Is this person gonna be there to go through all of the things at the end of life? You know, I spoke to so many guys in a dialysis center, and they told me, man, I had a great wife. And I was like, you said had, what happened? I got sick and she left.
Oh, damn.
I've heard that before with my veterans. I've heard that a lot.
I was in dialysis for 10 months, and I met a lot of guys who are strong men, but they were going through that by themselves, and it broke them down into a way that made me really start thinking, like, when we really get into this marriage, when we really talking about proposals and stuff. I mean, I have fun with all that stuff. I like being antagonist. Yeah, I like being antagonist, as you know. But when I really get down to serious thinking about marriage, I start getting deeper and deeper into looking at how this person operates, their day to day. How do they react to things that are heartbreaking? You know, things that makes them think, things that make them dig deeper than themselves, or make them think about more than just themselves. So, of course, with taking all that into consideration, I mean, I'm about the same with Chris. You know, about a year and a half. You know, no more than 2. But I really look at a lot of things that are unseen, so to speak, unspeakable things, so to speak. You know, I just like to watch a person operate day to day. You know, because it tells a lot. Just and then when you move in with that person, how does that person keep their space?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff like that. You know, if they have kids, how do they treat their kids? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so many things that I look at, and then I'll make a decision, or I'll just be like, you know, I might.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good questions. Good questions. Good questions. Okay, y'all. Well, we are at our time. This was good. I knew that it was going to be good. I think we were all looking forward to this one tonight, and definitely appreciated Dale coming on. He's on our Kings panel, so it's nice to have him on the relationships and sex talk episodes as well. This was fun. Dale, I'm gonna let you close us out for tonight. I'm gonna let you close us out for tonight. Yeah.
He's like, me?
I think I've said everything.
Come on. give us a recap. Give us a recap. Is it okay for women to propose?
At the end of the day, I feel like a person is going to do what they feel is comfortable for them, and the other person is going to receive what's comfortable for them. No matter who it is, woman, man, whatever, you know. If someone wants to step to me and get on one knee, you know, I have to put my pride aside, because of course, you know, being a man, we like what 75, maybe 60% pride, and then the rest of it is just who we are. So, and if it's a person who I'm really like, okay. We all know that women are more like light years ahead of us emotionally mentally. You know, y'all been thinking about being wives since you were 6, 7 years old. You know, we talked about the whole princess thing. You
Cinderella.
know,
Yep.
So as a man, I know that she's feeling that way, and am I doing the best I can to compliment her feelings? Damn,
that was deep.
So I told you, Tiffany, we talked about this.
We need another Cracker Barrel.
Hey, listen, I told you I could get that way now. You know,
you did. You gave me the warning.
I kid around, I play, but at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to feelings, you know, and all of this came within the last 10 years. You know, before that, I probably wouldn't know how to convey anything that I'm thinking in my mind. It just come out. It just is gibberish and curse words. But you know, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's all about your comfortability. You know, is the person that's asking me, is that my person? Have I done all the work to make sure I am that person for that person? Because if she's getting down on one knee for me, that means that she feels that I am that person.
Yes.
I've actually done the work to be that person for her, and she's not waiting no more. Leave it up to us, you know. Leave it up to us as men when we're ready, whenever that is. You know, number one, as a man, we want to make sure our finances are in order. We want to make sure our mental health is in order, and we want to make sure that we're capable emotionally to do all these things in order to keep this woman happy. And that may take 10, 13 years, as some people have said, you know, for them to get their question. You know, women, y'all are already there. Most of the times I've heard and I've read most of the comments, and most of the women are dating to marry now. Us as guys, if you ask us what are we dating for, we ain't gonna say nothing about no marriage. I mean, we ain't there yet. So you know, I'll close with, you know, whatever is comfortable for that person. That's just what it is. It may be the woman, it may be the man. It ain't about the Bible sometimes. It's just about how that person's feel at that moment, and they have gone and they've done the work, and they are ready to make that step to another place in life.
Nice. Yes. Bye y'all.
Amen and all of that.
Next Monday, we're going to talk about being pro-Black. Can you be pro-Black and in an interracial relationship? We're going to find out next Monday. And Ro going to take the lead on this one, because this is going to be...
She look like she got a lot to say about that.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We've been talking about this topic for a week.
I know I'm gonna tune in just to hear what she got to say.
I don't have nothing to say about it. I don't have nothing to say about it. It's a question I've been wondering myself, so I'm really interested in seeing what people have to say.
Okay, all right. So
is this a Dr. Umar conversation?
Say what?
Is this a Dr. Umar conversation?
Oh no, I am definitely not.
FDRG, baby.
You love the bunnies. You love the bunnies.
Oh Lord, yes. So that's what we're talking about next Monday. If y'all want to be a part of the conversation, please reach out to myself or Ro P. I ain't even gonna put it on Tiffany. It's gonna put it on Ro P. Reach out to myself. I am Sunshine Brown, or Ro P Hill 621. If you want to be a part of the conversation, can you be pro-Black and in an interracial relationship?
I love the bunnies.
Yeah.
I love the bunnies.
Shut up. Dale, shut up. Oh Lord. Dale, what is your social media, please, so we can get you off of here? What's your social media, sir?
DJ SHOK 803 on all platforms. DJ SHOK 803.
Lord. Chris, please give us your social media.
My social media is Chrisso_live poetry. That is CHRISSO_live poetry.
Nice. Tiffany.
Facebook is Tiffany Knowlton, KNOWLTON. Instagram is sweet_tea_with_Tiffany. And yeah, that's it.
You do that every week.
I know, because I'm trying to think. Do I Really want more followers on Snapchat? I barely use it.
You want to give out your OnlyFans? No.
That got deactivated a long time ago.
What is it?
That's only for special people. If you know what I mean.
I'm special.
Oh Lord, Ro P, I already gave out your digits, but what's your social media, Ro?
On Facebook, it's simply Ro P Hill, and on Instagram, it's rophill.621.
Yes, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Sorry, the private room with Tiffany. I'd have gone completely blank. Still thinking about what Del just said.
I'm sorry.
Completely threw me off. It completely threw me off.
Oh, Easter your favorite holiday or something, Del?
Huh?
Like
Say what?
Favorite holiday.
My favorite holiday.
Yeah, is Easter your favorite holiday?
Oh, bunny. Oh, bunny. Cadbury bunny.
That's all right. We'll make you a nice basket. How about that?
With
Don't be them ghetto baskets
From
that
the
be
private
having like
room. A private room basket.
when we having them ghetto baskets, we having like liquor and cigars and stuff. Probably Easter baskets and ghetto. What is
I actually wouldn't mind an Easter basket with liquor in it. I wouldn't mind. But okay, everybody, we're gone. We went over our time. Thank you for being on with us tonight. We had a really good group. See you next week for Can You Be Pro-Black and in an Interracial Relationship next week, Monday at 8 p.m.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.